Knicks family, was popping? It's your boy, Simeon Russell, coming at you with nothing but Knicks. The NBA Finals is finally over, and we about to get popping. Straight New York Knicks. Let's rock. What's up, y'all? What's popping? I'm chilling. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Mine was fine enough. Pretty good weekend. Decent weekend. Got a few things that I'm doing around the crib. Get ready for my daughter's 16th birthday party. That's this weekend. But, always have time for my New York Knicks family. That's without a doubt. You know what I mean? And really, though, I really hadn't planned on being, hey, Michael, what's poppin', man? I seen you on Facebook, doing music or whatever. That's what's up, man. That's fly. That's pretty fly what you're doing. Still want to get you on the show to do it, but we'll talk about that. You know what I mean? But I really didn't plan on getting on tonight, but it dawned on me that I wasn't clear when I gave out the schedule, my weekly schedule. You know what I mean? And I didn't explain that it was gonna start Tuesday, so I decided I'm gonna jump on tonight anyway. You know what I mean? I'm gonna jump on tonight, and we'll talk. I'm not gonna be too long. I will take some calls, but I'm not gonna be crazy long. I want to talk about this comeback video that Porzingis put out. I hope you guys seen it. It was a good video. You know what I mean? I think it was very intriguing. Ed Santana, for real, it's your birthday? No doubt. Happy birthday to you, my brother. Happy birthday to you. It was an intriguing video, though. Porzingis' video was very intriguing, encouraging. Although it was filmed back in, March, for the most part. But it's still intriguing and encouraging. And I want to know what you guys think about it. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but I want to know what you guys think about it if you've seen it. The one thing that stuck out for me in that Porzingis video, there was all this stuff. Yeah, I know it's 2 videos he put out. This is the second episode. There was all this stuff about Porzingis going to Real Madrid, that Scott Perry, Steve Mills wasn't really up to date on what was going on with KP. And I think this video dispelled all of that. Right? Because as you've seen in the video, if you watch the video, Scott Perry, Steve Mills, they visited KP in the hospital. They got a good rundown from the doctor about KP, his body mechanics, and just some things that they plan on doing to help KP to not go through this injury again and to protect his other knee as well. You know what I mean? Basically, and I'm gonna show the clip. Hopefully, KP and them guys don't think I'm trying to steal their show, but I'm gonna show the clip, just a quick clip of what the doctors said. The doctor told Steve Mills and Scott Perry about KP's injury and how it would be good, how they're going to go about the recovery. And I think this is pretty important, you know what I mean? Because basically what they're saying is that they need to work on his body mechanics so it doesn't happen again, as I just said. But I want you to check it out for yourself. So listen up here.
The Spanish fitness coach, already he's recognized that Chris's body mechanics could improve. When he lands a jump, his knee does this because his hip isn't as strong and stuff like that. So the idea is get his ACLs, done properly, super strong, and then take a lot of time to improve his body mechanics. And that's the best defense against this happening again.
Right.
We're gonna be fine here. But I think if we just popped in a new really good ACL, didn't do anything about his body, then his other knee is at high risk. You know what I mean? Right. So I think the whole idea is to make him, this may sound crazy because he's world-class elite athlete, but a better athlete by making him stronger. You know, not a more skilled basketball player, but a better athletic body. You know.
Yeah. So I think that says a lot, and that's really good. I think that's really good that the doctors are not just looking at helping his knee to recover, but actually looking at the possibilities and the reasons as to why it could have happened and how you can prevent it in the future. Not just simply making the knee stronger or making the muscles around the knee stronger, but actually working on the body mechanics, how he moves, those type of things. And I think that hopefully that's going to really make a difference. I don't know if other athletes have had the same advice. You know what I mean? I don't know if they've had the same advice, but that seems like good, sound advice. Of course, I'm not an athletic trainer, but what I do coach basketball. And what I do know about athletics is that the way you run, the way you step really does impact your body. You know what I mean? It impacts your body. If you run a certain way, you see some players are pigeon-toed. It could hurt the inside of their feet. It could hurt the the heels of their feet or their ankles. Sometimes when they run, certain things like that impact your body. If you do not run correctly, your back could hurt a little bit more. Certain things like that. So I'm encouraged, definitely encouraged by what I seen in the video. And then of course, you seen the different types of exercises that he was doing that hopefully is going to impact him in the long run. You know what I mean? And help him to become a stronger athlete that's going to last longer in the league. So give me a call. I want to know what you guys think about the episode, about KP's comeback and his training. I can't wait to see episode 3. It probably won't come out for a while, but I'm definitely excited to see episode 3. They cut this episode off when he was arriving in Real Madrid, which was, obviously a teaser. You know what I mean? Because this whole thing about Real Madrid and KP not notifying Scott Mills and Scott Perry and Steve Mills, all of that drama that I think was probably overblown by the media, most likely overblown by the media, will probably be addressed in the next video. You know what I mean? But big shout out to KP, you know what I'm saying, for jumping in and hitting that recovery head on. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to him. My man, Ronald Cleveland, what's popping, bro? How you feeling?
Man, Sim, man, I'm feeling 100%, man. Hey, let's go, baby. Let's go. Off season, I'm loving what I'm hearing. I had an idea of why I think KP put out this video, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really twofold. It's really to let the Knicks know how committed he is to trying to get back, and I think really it's really for those free agents out there. Let them know, hey, you know what I mean? I'm not on no shelf. Don't dust me off and thinking this season is gone. He will play this season. I can guarantee you that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He is not going to be sitting this whole season. I mean, and they already were saying how he was pretty much ahead of schedule. You know what I mean?
Right. I did read that.
There's all this extra stuff he's doing, and then we know a lot of times, like the medicine, foreign medicine, sometimes is ahead of the U.S. medicine. You remember when Kobe went to Germany, I think it was Germany, and got that platelet-rich procedure where they infuse your blood back into you to help speed up recovery.
Right.
That was overseas, and now a lot of these guys are going and getting that done.
That's true.
So when I look at that, man, I'm loving the direction, and I thought about, I didn't get a chance to jump on when you was talking about Kyrie. I wanted to touch that subject a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of getting Kyrie only in free agency. You don't give up nothing. If he's already put out information that he want to come to New York, it'll be stupid to do what we did when when everybody knew Melo wanted to come to New York. You know what I mean? Don't give up all the powers with New York, because nobody's gonna trade for Kyrie if they know that he wants to come to New York. They're not gonna trade for him without him committing to sign a long-term deal. You know what I mean? So we really are in the driver's seat with Kyrie, and I think Boston truly is scared of that, because he did say he would love to play with a player like KP.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens on that front.
Man, and Frank, man, I'm telling you, what I'm seeing with Frank, hey, I'm all in on Frank, man. I saw there was a latest video I saw, not like a video, but a picture of him, man. That dude done got chiseled.
Yeah. And I'm gonna show that in a minute too. I'm gonna show it in a minute.
You can tell he putting in the work. He taking his craft serious.
Right.
You know what I mean? And could you imagine 2019 with him and Kyrie? You can have him playing off the ball with Kyrie to make up for Kyrie's little deficiency on the defensive side, where Kyrie can concentrate on just busting people. You know what I mean? Like you do. It'll be scary, man. It'll be real scary. And I really do feel Boston is not going to re-sign Kyrie. They're not going to re-sign him.
Okay. They might not. I think it's going to depend on what they feel about Terry Rozier. You know what I mean?
It don't make good business sense. I mean, think about it. If you got Tatum, you got Rozier, and you got Hayward coming back, and Jaylen Brown is going to continue to grow. All them guys are going to continue to grow. Why are you going to shove all this money in a guy who done had a few knee surgeries?
Yeah,
can't hold him.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm with you on that. I understand that.
I wouldn't do it if I'm a GM. If you got this far without Kyrie and Hayward, you get Hayward back, that's going to give you more punch offensively.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But hopefully, I mean, but I want to go back to, you said you think KP is going to play this year.
Yeah,
is it
so.
really? When do you think he's going to play? You think he's going to be back December? You think it's going to be earlier? See, I think go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's back like around Thanksgiving time.
Okay. See, my thing is I don't want to rush him at all. I want him to come back fully healthy. I want his knee to be 100%. Listen, even when he does come back, when he first starts actually really playing on that knee, there's going to be some soreness. You know what I mean? I don't think you can help it. There's going to be some soreness because he's not going to be used to putting that amount of pressure on his knee when he first gets back.
Yeah, so we're going to have to monitor his minutes. I say you just watch his minutes. Don't play him a lot.
Right.
But to get him out there and to get him comfortable again playing, because I would hate to see him sit out a whole another season. Because now you talking, what, a year and a half pretty much removed?
Yeah, I mean, if he sits out all of next season, that's going to be, I mean, if he sat out all of next season, that's basically going to be 2 years.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
Otherwise, that's going to mess his mental up. And plus, he's going to have some kind of confidence to know, hey, he can play again.
Yeah.
And I just think it'd be a good look for those future free agents, man. KP has to play next year. Because we talking about, okay, yeah, if he sits out this whole year, now to the rest of these free agents, if I'm a free agent coming up, hey, I ain't seen this guy playing almost 2 years.
That's true.
Man, let me see what he's going to do.
Yeah, that's definitely true, man. I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, if he doesn't come back this year, and then in 2019, when we have some money and we're really looking to dip into free agency, what are free agents going to think? What are they going to think about that? How are they going to feel about coming and playing with KP, coming and playing with someone who they haven't seen how he's come back? Yeah. But yet still, if he's not ready, he's not ready. I don't think you force it to try to make sure, that free agents see him play. I just want to make sure he's fully healthy because we're going to have a lot invested in this guy.
Man, hey, I agree with you 100%. But you know what, Sim, man? Something I thought about too. What I'm loving, what I'm seeing out of the Knicks, man, is the way that bench is looking. Them coaches,
mm-hmm.
that they've hired them assistant coaches.
Yeah.
I'm loving what I'm seeing. I mean, getting Bushler. I mean, I never liked him on the Bulls. Diehard Knicks, you know how we go.
Right.
Like nothing. But I mean, that dude, he was a real deal. You know, knowing how to play within the structure of the offense. And I think really the Knicks is going to get back to teaching the game of basketball, man.
And there you go.
And I don't think it's enough of that in the game no more. It's too much relying on athleticism. And if you look at the teams that teach the game of basketball, i.e. Popovich, Golden State, you look at them guys, and even Brad Stevenson with Boston. You teach the game of basketball, you're going to have better players. They're going to have better IQ. They're going to know where to be, to watch their players, to cover up for them if need be. And that's the thing. And when I looked at this whole series, man, and this is something that's tripped me out, and I thought about this, why are teams, it's all about having a high IQ when it comes to basketball. And you know this. You cannot play Golden State game to beat them.
Right.
And what I mean by that, you got Curry, who's arguably the greatest shooter to ever shoot a basketball. You got Clay, who's probably top 3 all time. And you got Durant. All them guys shoot for high percentages, man. You cannot sit there and try to play their game of shooting threes. And even though the whole season long, Houston was beating people, they were beating them because they were jacking up a lot of threes. They weren't shooting for high average. Even James Harden, he wasn't shooting for high average. What you need to do to beat that team, you have to mix in going to the basket to get them in foul trouble and mix that in with the threes. You can't totally just be a 2-point shooting team. But you have to mix that in, and you got to get them uncomfortable. You got to hit them. And that's why Cleveland lost that series.
Yeah.
Curry was too comfortable. Him and Durant, all of them, they were too comfortable.
Yeah. Hey, Ronald, appreciate the call as usual.
Yeah, man. And you know my saying, the Knicks, what's up to the chat? Hey, the Knicks will be back. We got it. We got the right people in place to do things, man.
And we're looking good.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
We're looking good. Appreciate the call, bro.
I'm ready for the draft.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate it, man.
All right, later.
All right, later. Yes, sir. KP. I'm encouraged. Really encouraged by what I seen in that episode. You know, but it is an interesting thought what Ronald just put out there, you know, about KP and free agents. You know, I don't know if I worry too much about free agents. I think I worry more about just KP's health and making sure that KP is 100% healthy, you know. But it does make sense. What he said makes a lot of sense. If KP doesn't come back and play this year, and listen, that's not going to be KP's fault unless he's not working out or rehabbing the way he should be, which I doubt very highly. I'm pretty sure KP is doing everything that he needs to do. You know, so I'm gonna say if he's not ready, it's not his fault because, you know, you can't control how, you know, you heal. But from everything that I've seen in that video, I think he's gonna heal nicely. Also in the video, one of the things that the doctor said to him is that there was no, and I think CP the artist said it earlier. I forgot exactly the words that he used. But there wasn't like structural damage, right? He said it was the best kind of injury that he could have, which is something that's unusual when it comes to basketball players, right? It was the best possible scenario if you were going to have an injury, which is also very encouraging. You know, so, you know, I'm encouraged and I'm looking for KP to come back strong because I see the way he's working. Obviously, we've seen some videos of, you know, him looking bigger and stronger. So, you know, let me get Rafi on the call. Rafi, what's popping, bro?
Yo, what you saying? Shout out to the chat.
Yeah, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. Hyped for the draft now because the playoffs are over now. I was watching the show from, I think it's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to watch it live at the time, but when I was watching it, you started after the show. I just want to touch on it really quickly about what you said about Melo joining Houston with LBJ with LeBron if he gets there as well.
Okay.
And I've been saying that since even before the playoffs, I wanted Melo to go to Houston. And if LeBron gets there with Melo, and I don't know how they're going to do it with the salary cap, but if they get there with the right supplement players, like complementary players, like keeping Trevor Ariza probably and other defensive players, what do you think could get out of that? Do you think they can beat the Warriors?
Oh, say that again. Say that again.
If LeBron and Melo gets there to Houston with CP,
right?
Yeah, with CP3 and James Harden, and they get the right like role players with them, what do you think could be the outcome? Do you think they could win the championship, or do you think Warriors?
You know what? Can they win the championship? You're saying can they win the championship with Melo?
With Melo and LeBron, if LeBron gets there,
and LeBron. Yeah. Can they win it with Melo and LeBron? Yes. If they have Melo, if they have just LeBron and no Melo, they can win the championship. All right. If you have Melo and LeBron in Houston, which I don't think Melo is going to opt out. You know, Melo would have to opt out. LeBron would have to sign with Houston, and then Melo would have to opt out and take a lesser contract to sign with Houston. I don't think he'll do that, but if he did, you know, then he'd clearly come off the bench, and he'd have to accept that role. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they'd be a very strong team, and I think that they would be very, very, very tough to beat. Very tough to beat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. But I'm starting to think that LeBron. I will jump onto the Knicks quickly, but just last comments on that. I'm starting to think that Melo is going to opt out of the contract because I know CP3 is recruiting LeBron, and obviously these are wanting to play together. So I'm thinking maybe the Banana or whatever they're called, the Banana group can link up in the summer. And then they might convince Melo to opt out and then come back to Houston maybe on a smaller contract.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm just not sure because Melo, he's making $28 million next year, and I think in Melo's mind, he's like, listen, he's thinking to himself, I'm gonna get this $28 million because I'm not gonna make $28 million again in 1 year. Right, so I'm going to get this $28 million now. I'll be 34 when this contract is over. I have another 4 years to take, I don't want to say the veterans minimum, but take a big pay cut and link up with a championship caliber team. Obviously, I don't know anything, but I think that's where Melo would probably be coming from. Get this money now while I can. Get this last $28 million, that's a lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. Get this last $28 million, and then next year, when I'm an unrestricted free agent, I can sign with whoever I want, no strings attached. Mm-hmm. I can take as little as I want. I can take as much as I want, and I can go anywhere that I want to go. Because believe me, any one of these championship teams, in my opinion, if Melo agrees to play a role, will take Melo.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. Any one of these championship teams, as long as Melo's like, what?
Maybe not the Warriors. Maybe not the Warriors, though.
I think the Warriors
style.
Because the Warriors what?
Different style. Like, they're more like... they're not really an ISO team. And when they are an ISO team, it's like they don't really function as well as they usually do.
True. But I think that, listen, if you go to the Warriors, the Spurs, teams like that, you have no choice but to play a role. Because if not, they can say, okay, Melo, listen, if Melo gets his money this year, and then next year he went to the Warriors, let's just say he plays 2018, 2019 out, and then 2019, 2020 he went to the Warriors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he went on a small contract. He'd have to because they're spending a lot of money on the players they have. And then and he agreed to play a certain role, and then he said, you know what? I want to do what I want to do. I'm going to play my way. All they got to do is say, okay, you do what you want to do, but you do it elsewhere. We'll cut you real quick.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're still going to win anyway.
Regardless, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're still going to win anyway. So he would have no choice but to fall in line. But my thing is, the way that they play, I think that Melo would probably do well with them because of the way that they play. Because there's not, believe it or not, I know some people would disagree with me. I think Melo can be a very good catch and shoot 3-point guy. I think in OKC, because of the way Russell Westbrook plays a little bit, and because it was all new, he got there late. There was really no time. Melo is a rhythm player, and there was really no time for him to really get a rhythm with the team. In OKC, you get there in training camp, you're going to get a rhythm with the team, and I think that he would probably do very well. That's just what I think. But tell me what you think about KP, because I really want to keep the episode on KP as much as possible. Talk about KP's comeback.
I saw the episode yesterday, but is it just me, or does it seem just so dramatic? Like I don't know, the whole thing is just like, it just seems like they're making it. Obviously, it's a big thing for Knicks fans. Obviously, like his recovery depends on the Knicks, future. But like just the whole thing, it just seems so extra, like in my opinion. But obviously, it's still informative either way.
I think it may be the first time that, I don't know, maybe not, but it may be the first time that a guy really documented.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably
his injury in the way that documenting his comeback in the way that he's documenting it.
With Porzingis, with the injury, obviously, I don't know if it was from the episode from yesterday or if it's just from other TV shows, yeah. But you know how Joel Embiid got that contract last year, but it was like full of clauses, like if he gets injured, then you don't get paid that much. Would you want that contract with Porzingis if they give him that extension, or would you just wait until next year?
I'm waiting until next year to give him the extension. I'm not giving him one this year.
Even if it's got the clauses?
Yeah, even if it's got the clauses. First of all, I believe that his team will probably bet on KP, right? And say, you know what? Forget about all these crazy clauses. Let's just, I think that they'll be willing to take it till 2000 next summer and signing an extension. Now, because any extension that the Knicks are going to offer this year, it's either going to have all these crazy clauses in it, which the Knicks should do, or it's just not going to be the money that they probably want. I think both parties are probably good to wait until next year. If I'm the Knicks, I would wait until next year. I would wait until I see, because one, I want to do what's fair by KP. I also want to do what's fair by the Knicks. And I think the best way to do that is to see how his body responds to the need to his recovery and to gaining muscle and all those things. I just think that's the best way to be fair to both parties.
He definitely needs to gain the upper body muscle for sure, because he's just going to keep him getting bullied. If he even comes back, he's going to keep him getting bullied in the paint. That's why he'll just become more of like a perimeter shooter instead of getting down there, innit? So he definitely needs to work on that, on his strength. Right. But just before I jump off, can I just talk quickly about the assistants and how it could?
Yeah, sure.
I forgot his name. Something like Royal something.
Royal Ivy.
Royal Ivy, yeah. I was reading the Knicks film school. They were just like, how they document everything around just Knicks in general, and I think one of Kevin Durant's friends or his agent, he commented on welcome back home New York or something like that. So do you think, like, because obviously Fizdale's involved now with the draft situation. Like he said, he was talking about in the interview a few weeks ago how they're like involving him in the process. So I'm thinking they might involve the assistant coaches as well. And obviously, Ro Ivy, he helped Kevin Durant become the player he is. So do you think they might be looking at, because some people compare, I'm not saying obviously it's going to be the same, but people compare Kevin Knox to Kevin Durant. So do you think that might be like, I might be stretching it maybe, but do you think that's a possible, like, that could help him develop the skills that KD's got?
You mean by having the assistants participate?
Yeah, like how the assistants might influence
the draft, because I mean, I definitely think that they'll have the assistants. You have no choice but to have your assistants participate. That's the whole purpose of having an assistant there, because as the head coach, you don't see everything, you can't see everything, right? And when you have assistants there, during some of these workouts, I don't know if they'll have them during the interview process. The interview process will probably be Fizdale, Steve Mills, Scott Perry. But during these workouts, you're going to have assistants there because they're going to notice some things that maybe you don't notice. So to me, it's only smart to have your assistants available, watching and paying attention. So yeah, I definitely think that they'll influence the drafting process.
All right then. All right. I was just thinking anyway. Who do you think the Knicks are going to pick? Like from
I'm not sure, man. I think a lot is going to depend on just what happens above them. I really do. I think this draft, last year, most people, I kind of felt in my heart that the Knicks were going to draft Frank. I really did.
Yeah.
Right? I just kind of felt that they were going to draft Frank. I thought it was going to be between Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank. Right? You kind of knew that. This year, I think so much just it depends on what happens above them. And I'm not sure if everyone above them really knows what they're doing because of the plethora of talent that's there. I'm not sure. I mean, there's rumors out there that the Phoenix Suns wouldn't be opposed to trading that first pick.
There's gonna be a lot of trades for sure in this draft.
There's what?
There's gonna be a lot of trades for sure. So
I think there could be. I think there could be.
Even Knicks should be buyers in those drafts.
Yeah, they got to be. Yeah, they got to be players. They got to be in there. If there's some trades going down, if there's some movement, I think the Knicks got to be in there, discussing, seeing what they can do to try to get better. Or bring in more youth. Let me just say that. Bring in more youth.
All right, then. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off anyway. It was nice to try and shout out to the chat, and I'll call in next time.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate the call.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Yes, folks. There's going to be a lot going on with the draft. And of course, I think a lot that does go on with the draft is going to depend on how the Knicks feel that KP is going to recover. You know what I mean? The way that KP recovers is so important to this franchise. And that's why these these videos that he's putting out is important to the fan base. You know what I mean? So that we can see the progress. It's not many times that you get to really see the live experience. It's not really live, I guess, but you get to see the experience of the recovery process of one of your players. And we're hoping for the best for KP, but I'm encouraged. Quindale Barry, what's popping, bro?
What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. Good. So how you feel? How do you feel about the Porzingis comeback video? Are you encouraged? Do you think he's going to come back and play next year?
Yeah, when I watched it, I definitely felt, encouraged. I think he's definitely gonna come back next year. Isn't like next year his like contract year?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So he has to come back if he feels like he's going to demand the type of money that he truly wants.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he doesn't come back and he stays out the whole entire year, like does he really expect that we're going to give him a max contract? You know what I mean?
Right. And listen, if he doesn't play next year, he can't expect to get a max contract. So let's bring this up. What do the Knicks do? Chat, I want to see what you have to say about this. What do the Knicks do if KP does not play next year, and then you go into the 2019 offseason? What do you do with KP then?
That's tough.
What do you do? That could be a dilemma. That could definitely be a dilemma right there.
Definitely. I think with this draft, then you have to draft someone who could potentially be a star in the future, just in case KP doesn't come back and play next year, and just in case he doesn't re-sign with the Knicks when it's that time. I don't know who that would be. When I called before, I told you I'm really high on Colin Sexton, but if Michael Porter Jr. is there, I think.
Oh, if Michael Porter Jr. is there, you got to take him. Him.
I think he would be the one. I don't know though.
If he's there, I think you take him. Now I'm looking in the chat. A lot of people say you re-sign him. You have to re-sign him. I agree. I agree
that he doesn't play.
I agree that if he didn't play next season, and I know there's some people saying, listen, he's playing next season no matter what, but hey, things can happen, and if he didn't play next season, I do agree that you have to sign him. You may not sign him to a crazy contract, right? Because he hasn't played, but I think you have to sign him and lock him in at a comfortable contract for you and him based on the situation, because God forbid you don't sign him and he goes to another team and comes back and, he's
crazy.
an all-star and because what would happen if he didn't play next year, a team would sign him and they would sign him on a really good contract, right? They'd sign him for $8 million a year, $9 million a year on a really good contract, maybe a 1-year contract or something like that. And then he would, come back and blow up or whatever. And the team would get a really good value. And then, of course, the next year, he'd re-up for something bigger. And so the Knicks, in my opinion, if he did not play next year, you have to re-sign him at a contract that's comfortable for his team and the Knicks. Maybe you do like a 2-year deal with a player option after 1 year, right? That way he can opt out. Right. If he's playing well and he thinks he can get more money, he can opt out. If not, he can opt in, and do it that way. As a Knicks team, as a front office, I think you do it that way just to show that you are with him. Not just to show, but to show that you're with him. You know what I mean?
But you also got to get that team option in there if you go that route, just in case.
I don't think so. I don't think you have to do the team option. Because most likely, if you signed him, if he didn't play next year, and you signed him for 1 year, and I just seen somebody, Alwyn say KP's not signing for $8 million, maybe not, but I just threw a number out there. Right. You sign him for 1 year, and you want to be fair. I think you want to be fair to him, right? So you give him that flexibility to be able to say, you sign him for that 1 year, whatever the amount is, to say, listen, you prove to us that you're the player that we think you are, and we'll gladly give you the money. You opt out, and we'll gladly give you the money. You know what I'm saying? If you do not prove it, then we'll give you 1 more year to prove it. You opt into the contract. You know, the current contract will give you 1 more year to prove it, and then we'll go from there. I think that's the way you do it. That way he's still betting on himself. The team is covered because it's a short contract. If it doesn't work out, you know, I think that's the way you would do it if it got to that point. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point and KP is back. You know, KP comes back and plays next year. You know, obviously that's the ideal situation.
Right, I feel you.
What I mean?
And with Michael Porter Jr., he had the pro day on what was it, on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of nervous about him, like, because everybody else who had their pro days, it was like highly televised on YouTube and stuff like that. But with him, it's like really hush hush. Like I haven't heard too much about Porter, his pro day.
Yeah,
that's concerning to me.
And what else is concerning to me with Michael Porter Jr. is his team. I feel like his team is almost like the way LeBron's team was, you know, back in the day, right? With LeBron, and of course it worked out for their team because, you know, now they have an agency, you know, they have an agency and all that stuff, right? But I feel like his team is kind of like that. You know, they're being selective on who they show the medical records to and some stuff like that. I don't want to say that they're going to be a problem. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just doing good, shrewd business. And they're trying to angle MPJ to, maybe they have certain destinations where they would like him to play. And they're angling. But, you know, it was open to everyone. It was open to everyone. And the Knicks are going to have dinner with him.
Right, this week coming up.
You know what I'm saying? Right. The Knicks are going to sit down and have a dinner with him. You know, it's something to watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's something to watch.
Definitely.
Yeah. But hey, man, Waddell. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll let you get one more in, and then, you know I got some other callers that want to call in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, like I was saying, it was really concerning because everybody else, they were having their pro days on YouTube and stuff like that. And it was coming up like Trae Young, his pro day on YouTube was up probably an hour after it finished. Like,
yeah.
Crazy. And the fact that he doesn't have any footage, like it was open to everyone but the media. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it. I looked for it, and I didn't see it anywhere either.
Yeah,
I didn't see it anywhere.
All right, man. I'll let you get to other people.
All right, man.
Thanks for letting me come through.
Appreciate the call. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Later.
And I want to give a big shout out to Robert Paris for the super chat. Said KP will be back late in the season. You know, and you know what? I would rather KP. Well, number one, I'd rather him just be healthy. But if he doesn't come back in December, he comes back late in the season, I'm cool with that too. Right? Come back, play ball, show what you can do, and then and then go on from there. You know what I'm saying? My man, Tony Crow, what's popping, bro?
Yo, Black, it's time. Shout out to the chat. What up, son?
Chilling, man. Chilling. So, did you see the KP video?
Nah, I didn't even watch it yet. I'm about to watch it as soon as I get off.
Yeah, you get a chance, watch that. It was pretty good, enlightening, pretty good. All the stuff about Steve Mills and Scott Perry and them guys not knowing that he was in Real Madrid. I think that was all overblown by the media. Clearly, in the clip that I showed earlier, you heard him say something about Real Madrid. So I think there was an idea that he was going to go train in Real Madrid. I think there was an idea there. We'll probably find out in episode 3 we'll probably find out a little bit more. You know.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I seen the clip when I was at work.
Yeah.
But I seen you was on. I had to jump on here first.
Yeah. So it was encouraging. He was rocking a little bit of Latvian rap in there.
Yeah.
They was getting in a little bit. I mean, you know, he was rocking to it in the limo, in his car, whatever it was. But
okay.
Yeah, and listen, you know, I had, you know, thoughts and made comments about his brother training him. From what I seen, though, I got to be honest, what I seen, he looked like he was doing a good job. You know, with some of the things that they were doing, looked like he was doing a good job.
He had a professional career, right?
Yeah, his brother had a pro career. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I didn't have too much doubt in it. On another blog site, people give him a lot of flack. They call him the Latvian LeVar Ball. But yeah, I'm cool with him. So yo, rumor has it that Knox and Miles worked out together for the Knicks yesterday.
Oh, for real? I didn't see that. I didn't read that.
Yeah.
I was in basketball tournaments all day yesterday, so I didn't see that. Yeah? They worked out together. Okay.
So together against each other, whichever way you want to look at it.
Right.
But it's at the same time.
Yeah, okay.
That's very interesting to me. And I know not Miles, Knox had posted, you know, he had a real good workout with the Knicks.
Yeah.
So that's another interesting thing for me. I'm excited, man.
And you know what? Yeah, I like, you know what I'm saying? I like when they bring in people together and work them out together because, you know, that brings that competition. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to step up and ball because, you know, you're trying to prove to this team that you're worthy of being drafted.
And
you know what I mean?
And usually, I mean, the times they did that earlier, it was people that were, you know, not really in the same range.
Yeah.
So this is why I really like it. You know, this may determine who we pick if y'all both on the board.
Exactly.
Very, very interesting to me. Yeah, I'm excited, man.
And I was reading an article, man, about Miles Bridges, and you know, it's in the New York Post, and he was just talking about how he was a legitimately good dude. You know, just all around good natured, good hearted guy. You know what I'm saying? And very, very humble.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he was, you know, he stayed for his sophomore year where last year he was projected to be a top 10 pick. He stayed for his sophomore year. And what I was reading, they said when he told his mother was like, you know, what are you doing? Do you know how much money you're giving up? And Tom Izzo was trying to not force him, but push him into going into the draft. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, no, I want to stay and learn another year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you know, he was like, and when they tried to tell him, his mother tried to tell him, you know how much money you're giving up? He was like, money is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? They said when he was a sophomore, his parents tried to buy him a car, and he was like, yo, what do I need a car for? I mean, he's that kind of a humble character. You know, kind of like Kawhi Leonard in that sense, you know. I like that. I like that.
That's a good attribute.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good attribute.
And it's a rare attribute.
Right, exactly. Very rare. Yeah. Yeah, so look, it's going to be interesting. Someone asked, who do I think the Knicks are going to draft? Honestly, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's so much talent in the draft. Like I said, I think it all depends on what happens before them. Because, you know, before them, because people can drop. I think it's all going to depend on that, and I don't think they even know yet. I'm sure they're going to have a draft board on who would we draft if, right? If this person is there, who are we going to get? If this person, I don't know if they just are saying this is the guy we really want, or if it's just let's see who's there and we're going to take the best available or whatever it is, because a lot of things going on, a lot of rumors. I mean, there's even rumors, not rumors, but the Phoenix Suns said that they'd be willing to trade the first pick.
Trade down. Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows
I mean,
what's going to happen in this draft?
I mean, when you're in those type of positions, you got to look at everything anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think they would straight give up the first pick, but like maybe trade down a couple spots where they know the guy they really like is gonna be there,
Right.
and it may be a little controversial to draft that guy at 1.
So, right. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at it. I'm worried about other teams jumping ahead of us though. Like like Phoenix, I'm not too worried about, but like I'm hearing the Clippers are interested in moving up. Which if they don't move ahead of us,
right?
You know,
right.
That's dangerous right there.
Yeah.
Especially when I prefer, I would like to make that move with the Clippers,
right?
And pick 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, if teams are looking to move up, the Knicks just need to be in those conversations, and see what they can get out of it. See if they can get anything out of it.
Buying picks.
Yeah, they need to be in those conversations.
But there's only a few people that if they slide, I think I would pick over Knox. Like Knox is not my automatic number 1. He's my number 1 in the range.
Okay.
But like if Porter falls, I'm definitely with Porter. But I'm redshirting him. Yeah. I'm not rushing him. You know, we get another top 10 pick next year.
Yeah.
If Mo Bamba falls, or if we can move up a couple picks to get Mo Bamba, I'd grab him in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't even wait for them 2 minutes to be up.
Yeah, I might. If I had the first pick, I might pick Bamba. Like I think he's the future.
Yeah.
Because. Yeah, he's almost like a Embiid clone, but with more athleticism.
More athleticism, right? Yeah. And more dexterity, more he's a little smaller, so he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be really good too.
Yeah, definitely a better defender.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be really good too. And I just want to recognize some people in here who said that the Phoenix are looking to grab another first-round pick. I did see that as well, that the Suns are looking to grab another pick so they can get Trae Young, possibly. So, there's going to be a lot of things happening in this draft.
Yeah, one of the teams in the top 4, I think, have, maybe the 15th or 60-something pick like that. I think they was talking about that. Dropping down a couple of picks and picking up another first-round pick.
Yeah.
But,
it's gonna be interesting, man. These next 2 weeks gonna be, we had the finals on Friday. We got into the weekend. I think next week we're gonna start hearing a lot more. Things gonna start picking up a little bit more. Teams can start doing trades now.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
As soon as the finals is over.
I think so. I think teams can start trading. I remember that. I think it was last year. There was a trade or two, a week before the draft. I think teams can start trading now. So, who knows what could happen.
Now let me ask you this, because even if Cantor opts in, his contract is very valuable.
It is, right. His contract could definitely be valuable for a team that's looking to clear cap space in 2019, if it's somebody that we really want.
So are there any players that fit that realm where you don't mind, taking on the additional years of salary, matching up with Cantor? Obviously, it got to be a young guy.
Right.
But I wouldn't even leave that option off the table.
Yeah.
Because, spending that money now isn't a bad thing. it just has to be the right
person.
player.
Right. It's not a bad thing if it's the right player. Exactly. Because look at this. Check this out. And people will think, I know I'm going to get a lot of people to tell me I'm crazy. Right? If Kyrie really was going to go to the Knicks, they could trade Cantor for Kyrie next year. Right? Because it could still potentially free up money for Boston. If Kyrie opted into his $20 million contract, okay, so Kyrie makes $20 million next year and then 22 or whatever the year after, but he has a player option, right? So he could opt out or he could opt in. After 2019, he has a player option, okay? The Knicks could potentially trade Cantor. Maybe they had to give up something else. I don't know. Trade Cantor to Boston for Kyrie's contract if Boston really thought that he was going to go to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Then you swap in the same salary. I mean, and then you still have 1 year and you figure out, and then, is he going to opt in or opt out, whatever it was. He could opt out and then you re-sign him. I don't know. And I'm not saying, I know the chat's probably going to go crazy. Oh, the Boston Celtics will never do that. I'm just using it as an example on how Cantor's contract can be used.
You know what I would do? I use Cantor on another player, and next video I'm gonna have that list of players for you.
Okay.
But I would use Cantor on a different player, and then next year, if it comes down to it, if we have to give something up, we can always trade for Kyrie next year if he doesn't opt out. Because we'll have like a guy like Noah's contract who'll end up being an expiring contract.
Right. Yeah, that's true. His contract.
And then if we got to give something up, then we'll be in a better position to give something up for a piece.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But use Cantor and trade for a young guy now. I think that I wouldn't put that off the table.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can put anything off the table. Now, I do think that they're looking at Cantor's contract expiring and that being a reason that they can be players in 2019. But if there's a way that, one of those players that would be a free agent you could get, or another player that is better than one of the free agents that you were thinking about getting in 2019, then you might do it. If not, then you say, okay, we don't do it, we got $18 million. You know what I mean? And
remember, after 2019, Noah comes off the books, which is even more money.
Right. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of options out there. A lot of options out there. I do not think that Cantor is going to be a long-term player with the Knicks. I think if he does opt in after next year, that's going to be it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah. But hey, Tony, man, appreciate the call. I know there's a couple other people that want to call in.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yo, Black,
appreciate it. And
to the chat.
I'm going to look forward to that listening on Tuesday.
No doubt, yo.
All right,
I
man.
got you.
All right, peace.
Yo, Black, it's time.
What? Yeah, there's a lot of options out there for the Knicks. And I know that the chat is probably, people will probably be jumping up and down talking about no trades or da-da-da-da for Kyrie. And listen, I'm not all in on trying to get Kyrie. I was using that as an example anyway. I'm a little bit afraid of Kyrie's knees, or knee or whatever, or him being injury prone, and you got to pay him probably $30 million when that contract is up. But I was using that as an example. Now I'm gonna say this though. I would not be mad if they found a way to get Kyrie. I wouldn't. Would I be a little bit scared? Yes. Because of the knee stuff? Yes. But I would not be upset. You know what I mean? I would not be upset. My man, Isaiah, what's popping, bro?
What's popping? What's going on?
Chilling, man. I'm doing good.
That's what's up. Shout out to the chat. Black is time. It's popping.
Yeah. So did you get a chance to watch KP's And I think this is gonna be the last one. This is gonna be the last one with KP, and we're gonna move on and talk about Frank a little bit.
I'm ready to talk about Frank. I got a whole lot to say about that.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
go ahead.
I did watch it, and you know what's crazy? I was saying in the chat, like the media kind of blew up the relationship between the Knicks and KP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I saw that because it cleared up a lot. And I don't think KP's unhappy with the franchise. You know, I think it answered a lot of questions that we had with KP.
I think so. Yeah.
Because like if he didn't really mess with them, they wouldn't be there, and they wouldn't really be communicating like they were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the relationship between KP and his brother is blown up a little bit more than because we all thought that it was mainly just KP's brother controlling everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then when you watch the video, it's not like that to what we think it is, you know? There's a lot of, there's professional people training him, and he's in there, but he's not how we thought he would be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And what I did see him doing with KP, it looked like he was doing a good job.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was like, because I think we were all worried about that. We were all worried like, oh man, what is this? What does KP do? We understand that it's his brother, but it's like you need to have professional people. But you know what? I'm glad. I'm loving what he's doing. As we already see more updated pictures of KP, and he's doing amazing.
Right.
So it was a good video, man. I wish he released it more. He waited like a whole couple. He waited like a good couple.
Yeah.
Released the second one, but hey, I know he's busy, so.
Yeah. Well, that's his team. He's not doing the editing.
Oh yeah.
He got somebody else is doing the editing and everything. You know what I mean? So it'd be nice if they were able to get it out a little bit faster, but who knows? Yeah, but Frank. Let's talk about Frank. We're gonna get into Frank, man. I know everybody's seen the pictures of Frank, and the kid is bulking up. Frank's getting big. He put in work. You know what I mean? And he looks good.
Yo, man, Sim, man, when I seen that, man, I was like, I know they don't be on here no more, but where's Wayne people and where's Lily at? That's what I thought about when I seen them pictures, because I'm like, man, I don't want to get too much flack for this, but I don't think I sound crazy for saying this, but he's got the Giannis body.
I agree with you.
He's got the Greek freak's body, man. It's and I know people are gonna try to I'm gonna state this. I'm not comparing. I'm not saying that he's gonna be Giannis, but he's got the frames and he's got the body that can be like Giannis, man. This is literally from the first. This is not even year one. He's still in year one.
Right.
Look how much development his body's got. He's got chiseled and he's still growing. And
you can see the picture that I put up, and this is from the Daily Knicks, actually. The Daily Knicks Twitter account. You see Frank, as a kid. Well, he's still a kid, but you see Frank a few years ago, 2 years ago, maybe even last year, and you see him now. And the kid is he's looking good, man. He's looking real good.
You know what, Sid? You want to know how everybody noticed? You want to know how everybody noticed this? The Knicks reposted it. KP reposted it.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks School reposted it. Everybody reposted it because they see the difference.
Yeah.
From Frank from the beginning to now.
And it's almost amazing the difference that you see, because he's gotten so much bigger. So much bigger than last year. It's crazy.
And Sim, this is why I'm excited, because me and you get it about, how Frank is going to be a real point guard. A lot of these fans, man, I read some of these comments and it gets me mad, because I don't understand how some of these Knicks fans preach patience but don't want to wait on Frank.
Yeah.
That confuses me so much, because it's like, yo, if Frank ends up which I already said it. He's going to be on a defensive team next year. He has the best chance in this draft to be a defensive player of the year.
Okay.
He has a chance to be a game changer, not just with offense. You know what I'm saying? And we have him.
Yeah, and listen, and Frank, when this draft takes place, the 2018 draft takes place, Frank is still going to be 19 years old. Frank is going to be the same age as guys coming into this draft.
Exactly, and and I'm just so excited because it's like I told you before, Frank's Halle Berry, man. Frank is Halle Berry, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing watching him grow and become the point guard that he's going to be. He's going to be one of the best two-way point guards, and give him a few years, man. Everybody's going to be like, wow.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
I got a good feeling, man, because he does. You said he does the little thing. He noticed the little thing. He has the drive to get better. You clearly see him working now, and to me, there's no way he's not going to start next year. To be honest with you, I can't unless Burke murders the offseason and murders training camp. I don't see Frank not starting as the point guard first. You know what I'm saying?
And well, we'll see. I guess it's going to depend on what Fizdale is looking for. Defense is obviously part of it, so I think he's going to have a good chance of being in there simply because of his defense. And big shout out to Siobhan Robinson with the super chat said, the second season is going to tell us everything we need to know about Frank. If he doesn't show some improvement on offense, they will give up on him. I don't think they'll give up on him in the second season, though. I think, they'll that third season, they'll be looking to see, how many leaps and bounds that he's taken. I don't think they'll give up on him in the second season if he hasn't grown offensively. But I think he's going to grow offensively.
Yeah. Some real quick guy. Before I go, I just want to answer Savon. I don't really think they're going to just give him. It's not 2 seasons, man, because I'm going to just give you examples. Look at Victor. I'm not saying Frank's going to be Victor Oladipo, but look at Victor Oladipo. You can't give up on a player 2 years because it took Victor, he got drafted in 2013. This has just been his breakout year. So right. I mean, you got to give everybody. People got to understand. You're not gonna get a Kyrie Irving or a LeBron James. You're not gonna get those every year, man. Players take time and patience, man. This is the NBA. This is, I hate when people say he stinks. He doesn't stink. This is the NBA. This is the hardest league to play in. People have to understand that if it was easy, everybody would do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you got to give some of these guys patience, and you got to just give them patience because they all grow in different times. You just got to nurture it and be patient with them, man. It's hard.
Yeah. And we got to nurture them. We got to nurture him. He's a young kid. He's a young guy. And clearly he works. He puts in work. I can't comment on other rookies or whatever. Or last year rookies or second year players. I'm sure they're working as well. But Frank is clearly putting in the work. And that's all you can really ask right now. You know what I mean? You see here his couple pictures here. This is from Knicks Film School, from their Twitter account. With Frank I know they did not take these pictures. They come from another account, but I like to shout out Knicks Film School. That's my guys. But
man, I hope you get them on the chat one day, man. I hope you do, man.
Yeah. But you see Frank Ntilikina working with the performance coach Mike Atkinson. Frank is, the kid he's working. You know what I'm saying? He's working and doing things that maybe other players aren't doing. And we constantly see him working. Of course, the Knicks are going to put out pictures of him working because they want everyone to know that, he's working and he's developing. But he's dedicated. The kid is dedicated to getting better. Cool. He is dedicated to being a great player in this league. And you can't, just imagine Tyon Reed said he's already there on the defensive end. With him bulking up, imagine what he's going to do on defense now.
Oh man. Oh.
Right? Imagine what he's going to do now, because he did that when he was thin and and didn't have as much strength. As he continues to get stronger and stronger and stronger, defensively, the kid is going to be, he's going to be ridiculous.
He's going to be able to guard 1 through 4. He already guarded 1 through 4. So this is just going to be icing on the cake.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for next season. Then of course you see him working out with Chris Brickley. That's his guy. That's who we go. That's his guy right now. He's got one of the best trainers to work with. You know what I mean?
And Sim, he knows, and he just Sim. He knows what he has to work on. He said it. I watched. I told you I watched an interview with the news report when he was in Connecticut. He knows what he has to work on. He knows he's got the defense.
Right.
He still Fizdale has him working on his offense. The guys have him working on his offense. And we said this a long time ago. It's easier to teach a young kid. If a young kid can play defense, it's easier to teach him offense. You know what I'm saying?
True. He'll get it. He'll develop. And his shot's not broken. His offensive game isn't broken. He has some skills there. So, yeah, he'll get it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, Isaiah, man. Hey, I want to thank you for the call. I got some people that want to call in.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna call him, but if I don't see you at the draft, you already know. All
right, it's good, man.
Yes, sir.
All right,
peace out.
Peace, man. Peace. Yeah, Frank. I'm excited about. I'm really excited about Frank, and I think that listen, we're still gonna get people that knock him next year because Frank is not gonna be the guard that scores 20 a game. That's not what he does. That's not his style of play. You know what I mean? And so we're still gonna get people who, try to get on my man because he's not scoring 20 points a game, right? But let's not expect that from Frank. How about that? How about we don't expect that from Frank? How about we expect Frank to be Frank? How about we let Frank be Frank Ntilikina? Let Frank play his game and let Fizdale figure out how to integrate his game into Fizdale's system. As a matter of fact, I think Frank's game will integrate into what Fizdale wants to do seamlessly, because Fizdale wants to play positionless basketball is the word that's being floated out all over the place. That's what he wants to play. You know what I mean? And Frank fits it perfectly. He can go from the 1 to the 2 to the 3 and be a playmaker at every position. And it's not just about if he's going to score 20 a game. It's about, can he do what the team needs to win on any given night? And I think that's what Frank is about. Asim, what's popping, bro?
Hey, Simmy, how you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm doing good, real good.
I totally agree with what you're saying about Frank. You could put him at the 1, the 2, and the 3. He's got all the tools that Fizdale is looking for. He's bulking up. He can play he said you play the 1, 2, and 3. He's very long. He's becoming athletic. He's bulking up, and I believe Fizdale's got some big plans for him. He's very interchangeable, which is really good in today's NBA, positionless basketball. So, I like Frank. We just got to give him a chance to develop. And instead of looking at the fact that how far he hasn't come, or how look at what he hasn't developed yet, you got to give him time. And maybe we should start asking about how far has he improved so far, and how much more he's going to improve.
Right. How much? And I think we've got to stop trying to. I don't want to say pigeonhole him, but stop trying to make him be a player that he's not. Just let him develop into the player that he is.
Well, not to mention, because everybody keeps forgetting that the number 1 position, the point guard position, is probably one of the hardest positions to learn in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure it is. But too many times I think good coaches, good programs, good organizations, good systems don't try to force a player to be something that they're not. They look at the player, they understand what that player's strengths are, and then they utilize those strengths to the best of their ability.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
How it's going to team.
And that's how you get. That's how you're successful, in my opinion. That's how you're successful, right?
Exactly.
If you have a player, okay, let's take Donovan Mitchell.
Oh wow!
Right. Yeah. Let's just take Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is a natural scorer, penetrator, aggressive with the ball. What? And he does it well. Clearly, he does it well. That's what he does. What if he went to Utah and they said, "We want you to be a pass first point guard because that's what we need."
It's not going
to. Then you're not going to get the best out of him, right? Because you're not utilizing his strengths. So what did they do? They looked at who they had. We have Ricky Rubio, a pass first point guard by nature. Donovan Mitchell. Oh, he's available to us. This guy can score. He is aggressive. He attacks the basket.
Exactly.
Let's get this guy and let him do what he does. And let Ricky Rubio sort everything out.
Exactly.
Right? And so you play to the player's strengths.
Exactly.
Okay? And you can work on their weaknesses, but you play to their strengths. Right? That's what we've got to look that way with Frank. Let's play to his strength. You know what I'm saying? Let's not say you got to score 20 a game or 15 a game. If it comes, it comes. Exactly. Right? Which I think it will. I'm not going to say 20 a game, 15 maybe. Right? But let that man play the game that he plays. That way you don't put so much pressure on him. And then develop the rest of his game. Let him develop the rest of his game. And it'll come naturally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And once you start developing it, you have to see what you have first. And because we have to remember that they weren't getting the best type of training development last year. So he's still somewhat a raw talent. They've been doing something with him during the offseason. I think Fizdale is getting an idea of what he has in his guys. And and I believe I heard somebody said something about I forgot who it was, but I know he video chats you all the time. He said something about that he believes that Frank is going to start unless Trey Burke kind of blows you away. Have you heard anything about Trey Burke even doing anything, working out in the summertime?
I haven't heard. I believe that he is. I think I've seen a couple of pictures, not of him working out, but just a picture that he posted, I believe. Haven't heard too much, but I believe that he is. I think that Trey Burke, if you read about this, just read the story. He went through a time where he was asked to play outside of what he is in Utah.
Exactly.
Right. And then because of that, he was, he went to the bench and he wasn't getting no playing time. He was traded to the Wizards, where he's playing behind John Wall. And then that's how he ended up in the G League. I think all of that humbled him a little bit.
Yeah.
And so he is learning to, he's putting the effort. He's putting the effort in. So I believe that he's probably working out and getting in shape. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I believe he's putting the work in. I believe he's putting the work in.
There's no doubt about it. And I saw a couple of videos on Tim Hardaway Jr., even though I still question about his defense. I really do. I haven't really seen Ernest Cannon working out. I know he was doing something, some type of he was doing something with some kids at a camp somewhere. And I haven't really heard about him. And what about Damon Dotson? That's the person I'm worried about, him and Williams. Those two, we need them to be working out as well. But the bottom line is they need to give Frank a chance. He needs to give Frank a chance to work out, to figure. Well, he already knows who he is, but let Fizdale take that raw material and see if he can turn it into a diamond, and based off of his strengths, and that way he can use it for the team. And then everybody was talking about, if I don't know, I'm gonna kind of go to the draft a little bit, And remember we talked about, LeBron James's plans and everything else. You got Cleveland that's ahead of us. Now you talking about, I've already heard some stories about the Suns wanting to trade down. And you see a lot of one and done players in here. But what year was that LeBron and them when they all what year was that they were drafted? Was it 2006, 2004?
LeBron and them
2004, right?
I think it was 2000. Yeah, it might have been 2004.
Yeah, I think it might be 2003.
2003.
Yeah, 2003. And
2003.
I mean, how do you compare those players? Well, of course, mine is LeBron James, but how do you compare those players to the general players of this year as well? Because I don't know
of this year's draft.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I mean, you probably can't even really compare it until you see how this year's draft how it shakes out.
And see, that's my point. We know it's a funny draft. Then you got, we still know what LeBron James is going to do, so that's going to make an impact on what Cleveland's going to do. Mm-hmm. Then you talk about people trying to trade up to get to the number one spot. It's just so many things we just don't know what's going to happen. And then the question is, does the Knicks try to trade up? Do we give up? Who do we have to give up to go up that right. much? It's just, I don't know. It's just a funny draft this year. And the only reason I say it's a funny draft is everybody's trying to clear the books for 2019.
Yeah. It's gonna be a crazy draft. It's definitely gonna be a weird. It's a different one already because of the talent that's in there. It's a different one. I just can't wait. I can't wait. Hey man, I thank you for the call because time is getting short for me. I'm gonna be jumping off soon.
Oh yeah, I know. I appreciate you taking my phone call.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it.
All right, talk to you later.
Peace, bro. See you Tuesday. Be on Tuesday. Tuesday.
All
right, for sure, man.
All right.
Peace. Yes, folks. Let's be patient with our boy Frank. You know what I'm saying? Let's be patient with him. I think that he's going to be he's going to be good. He's going to be good. But we got to be patient. I believe that the New York Knicks are going to be patient with him. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to be patient with him. They're going to let that kid develop. They're going to let him develop. They got to. They have no choice to, because when you look at the work that he's putting in, you look at the tools that he has the chance to be something special. I think so. Has a chance to be something special kind of point guard that we need, not necessarily a scoring point guard that we're used to of today, but he may be kind of a throwback, but there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right. Listen, I know there's a lot of people that wanted to try to get a call in, and I didn't get to. I apologize. You know what I mean? I apologize about that, but I'll be back on Tuesday. All right. I kind of, jumped on. I don't want to say impromptu, but when I was on Friday night, I didn't necessarily. I kind of gave out the schedule, but I didn't give it out fully and let people know that I might not be on Sunday night, which is tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I got on so I can make sure that I stuck to my schedule. Knicks Fan TV, you say, Sim, where is the lineup? Where is he in the lineup? Are you talking about Frank? If we're talking about Frank, and good question. Big shout out to Knicks Fan TV too. Where is he in the lineup? In the lineup, I think that's going to be for Fizdale to sort it out. You know what I mean? I don't think we can take any stock into anything that happened with Jeff Hornacek. I don't think we can hold anything to it. I do believe that based on last year's play, Trey Burke deserves a shot. Based on the end of last year, I think he deserves a shot to play, because he really did put some work in. But I don't think we can hold stock in anything that happened with Jeff Hornacek. So I don't think we know. I think we're coming in fresh. You know what I mean? I think we're coming in fresh, and Fizdale is going to get his eyes on these players and see what he likes. You know what I mean? Of course, guys like Tim Hardaway Jr. with his contract, You know, that's where the politics come in and those type of things. You know what I mean? But I think other than that, it's up in the air right now. For me, it's up in the air. You know what I mean? Long term, though, I don't think Trey Burke is your long-term point guard, in my opinion. I don't think he is. I think it's going to be Frank as far as long-term point guard is concerned. You know, just because of the style of play that the league is going to. When we talk about positionless basketball, players being long, I think Frank is going to be your the long-term dude. Kareem, what's popping, bro?
Yo, Simeon, my dude. What's
Chilling,
up,
man?
Peace to the chat.
Thank you. Appreciate that. How you feeling, my brother?
Hey, man, I feel good. I feel good to be a Knicks fan right now.
Okay.
It's been a long time coming. You know, I mean, we're all realists, and we want to support our team, but right now it actually feels good.
I'm with you.
To support the Knicks franchise. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, because it feels like we're on the right track, right? Like we're moving in the right direction. We're doing the right things. Like we have a competent front office that's out of the news. You know, the spotlight is not on them. They're not, you know, the ego's not jumping and getting in the way. They're actually, the focus is really on the team, development, basketball.
Exactly.
You know, and we've needed that for a little while around here.
Yeah, man, and it just feels good, man. Like every day I wake up, I'm checking the news with a smile on my face, like not worried about no drama, no gossip. Like it's just all basketball. It's all foundational stuff. It's exciting. You know, we got new ideas, innovative minds, developing the youth. We have, a year has gone by. And I don't think people are as salty, right, today about the Dennis Smith Jr. pick, not going to the Knicks. And I think, people are starting to see, we're starting to reap the benefits of our rewards. And it starts to me, you know what, James Dolan, he gets a lot of, bad publicity, but that's just New York. I mean, at the end of the day, I look at James Dolan like he's a excuse my French, but he a cool ass white dude that's just got a lot of money, and now he's starting to understand that he need to step back, and he got the right guys, in position.
Right.
And he's always been a guy that's hired and supported African Americans. So I mean, he's a rich brat, whatever people want to call him, but right now, can't nobody say nothing. If they do, it's just hate, because he hasn't done anything wrong since he moved Phil Jackson out of the position, and Phil Jackson was his man. You know what I mean? Like he has a lot of friends, but he did the right thing, and so yeah, that's where we are today, man. That's where we are today.
And I've never had as many issues with James Dolan as some other people.
Right.
He's made some bad decisions and done some bad things, but I never doubted that he was about winning. He just didn't know how to go about doing it, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think you're right.
He didn't really know about, how to do it. And now he's kind of stepping back and chilling and letting basketball guys do it. And he keeps putting that money out there. Listen, he's still paying Phil Jackson.
Right.
He's still paying Phil Jackson. He got some other guys there running the show.
He might still be paying Derek Fisher. He might still be paying him. He's not worth money. He's not an object.
Yeah, I mean, he makes some bad decisions and does some stupid stuff sometimes. He does, right? But as far as putting the money out for the team and things like that, I mean, you got to give it up. James Dolan does it. And
yeah, I mean, because in the NBA, when you make bad decisions, they last for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So I think he's learning. You know what I mean? Nothing else. He hasn't been in control for, a very, very long time. Not like, crazy years, but he's probably been like, a 2-time loser, and then he moved on the field. That was like the 3rd time, and like now he got it together.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope so. I hope we got it together, man. Hope so.
Well, I mean, it's in the proof, man. I seen the video today, the KP video. I was wondering when I first started watching it, I wonder if Simeon is watching it. So I wonder if he watched it. But sure enough, you checked it out, because I remember last time we spoke, I mentioned the first one. You asked, new one come out, and I was like, nah, it didn't come out yet, and it just came out like I think today.
Yesterday.
Right? Yesterday. Okay. Well, I guess I'm a little late, but yeah, you see people talking all this, that, and the third. You've seen it for yourself. You've seen KP sitting there engaged with the front office. The guys.
Yep.
He was educating them.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Right.
So that just goes to show how focused KP is, and they just got to just step back and just look at him and look at this kid and look at the smile on his face and how serious he's taking it. The staff he has around him, I'm sure they're impressed.
Yeah.
Especially off of the all the bad publicities began, but I was just excited to see the video. Like I said before, I mean he was working out before the surgery.
Yeah.
And being advised by people that's familiar with this, like these guys are really focused on KP as a business, as a warrior, as a combatant. Like they're very serious about his diet and everything. So that was very exciting to see, and to see the brass there.
Yeah, for sure. And all the rumors about them not knowing what KP was doing and all of that, overblown by the media, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Kareem, man, I'm about to get off. But I see you was trying to call, so I wanted to make sure I got you on.
Nah, I appreciate it. And I don't remember who mentioned the Kevin Knox pre-draft workout, but if you haven't seen it, check it out, man. Because you know what? I've been pretty keen on things that's been going on with the Knicks. I have a feeling we're gonna get Knox, yo.
Okay.
He looks really good. He's really long. He has that Euro game, like that. That Giannis, like. If he's still there, I think somebody might try to sneak in and snatch him up early.
For real?
Yo, check out his pre-draft. I know it's not everything, but check out his pre-draft.
I looked at it. I looked at it.
Yo, he wasn't missing nothing.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it. Hey, and I like John Calipari, right? Because I think he's an excellent recruiter of talent. That's the reason why they're always able to be good, and the praises that he reaped on Kevin Knox.
Yeah.
Of course, people are gonna do that about their guys. You know what I mean? But
of course,
I trust them. I trust John. I trust Calipari.
Yeah, man. No doubt, sure. Man. But listen, man, I know it's late, man. You got things you got to do, man. Y'all appreciate you having me on. Yo, peace of the chat. Like I said, man, just believe in the Black Wall Street, man. We making moves, man.
I'm with you, baby.
Another couple weeks, man. And you know what? I think KP, he's probably going to miss most of the season, and we're going to end up with another top pick next year to go with Kyrie. Listen, man, we good, baby. That's all I got to say.
I'm with you. All right, babe. Peace, bro.
Man. All right, yo. All right, peace to the chat. Peace, Amian.
Peace. Good call. All right, folks. We're coming to the end of the line for the night. But what I do want to do is just remind people that I will be on live streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 10:30 p.m. Keep that in your mental Rolodex. Keep it up there. Again, live stream every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. All right? Come on live. Let's talk about the Knicks. We're going to keep you updated all summer. We're going to move into the season. And when we get into the season, then, of course, we'll come on after every game. You know what I mean? The schedule will change up. And then we'll come back to the Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. But we're going to keep this thing rolling throughout the off season. You know what I'm saying? Knicks Fan TV, I'm with you 100%. Talk to me. You said on Thursday, so talk to me. Let's talk before then, and we could talk about how we could work this out, make it right, make sure it's right. But definitely make sure that you log on every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I'm going to, I'm redo some banners so we have it up there. You know what I mean? But so you can always see what times that I'm going to be on. But I'm out for the night. I'm out for tonight. I am going to be back on Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. I'm going to the draft. So if anyone's going to the draft, let's see if we can find a place we can all link up and just you know, chat it up a little bit, talk about the Knicks a little bit, take a couple of pictures, jump on a live stream, so on and so forth. All right. I'm out. I'm about to jump on up out of here. I want to see you guys Tuesday night at 10:30. I appreciate you guys jumping on with me tonight. And have a good start to your week. Don't work too hard. Don't work too hard, but do the things you got to do. Peace. I'm out. Talk to y'all later. Thank you for joining the live stream. If you enjoyed this stream, subscribe below. Ring the bell, get a notification anytime that I go live. Remember, every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Sunday, 10:30 p.m. Join us. Follow the Knicks. Stay updated with the Knicks throughout the offseason, into the preseason, into the regular season. Peace.